Hi there, it's Mrs. Martin. Let's talk about books. Before we get into the book talk today, I wanted to just point out again how we've got the slides set up for you with the title at the top and the author as well. Just a reminder that if you are looking for a book on the shelf, you are wanting to look by the author's last name. We have the genre in the top right corner of the slide here. So for example, with this one, we'd be looking in the mystery section, and if we came down to the library, we would go to the mystery shelves, look for that mystery sign, and then we'd be looking under the M authors because we'd be looking for Gretchen McNeil. Once we got to the M's, we'd look for MCN on the spine of the book. We also want to always have the cover of the book on the slide here for you as well. Sometimes the covers differ depending. We might have more than one cover for a certain title. So do be sure that as you're looking for a book on the shelf, you can always look by title and author, knowing that there might be a different cover on there as well. Let's go ahead and jump in on our first book to talk about today. The first book is the book 10 by Gretchen McNeil. And if you have ever come down and asked for my favorite recommendation in mystery, while it's hard for me to choose a favorite, this one is definitely up there. I'm going to do something that I don't usually do, which is to show you the trailer before saying anything else. This was supposed to be the weekend of their lives. There's this house party on an island, and best friends Meg and Minnie are looking forward to the trip. But a mysterious killer begins picking people off one by one, and there seems to be no escape. Can Meg make it out alive? You've got to read the book to find out. This was one I could not put down, and it legitimately scared the life out of me. Bad Taste in Boys by Carrie Harris. This can be found in fantasy, definitely more on the fun side of spooky. Kate is horrified to find out that the high school football coach has given the team steroids to help them buff up and get ready for some of their big games. But unfortunately, in this case, to add something even worse, the steroids are having an unexpected effect. They're actually turning these players into mindless, flesh-eating zombies. So, of course, this is causing a huge problem, naturally. No one is safe, not Kate's crush, not her brother, not even Kate herself, and she's decided she's got to find this antidote to save her school before the whole high school ends up eating each other. The book is called Bad Taste in Boys. It's got a lot of humor to it, but also some serious, life or death sequences here because of the zombie apocalypse that seems to be happening within the walls of the high school. Take a look at this one. It's in fantasy. It's by Harris. Tons of fun. Variant by Robison Wells is the story of Benson Fisher. He thought a scholarship to Maxfield Academy was going to be the ticket out of his dead-end life. He was wrong. He is now trapped in a school that is surrounded by razor wire fence, and it's a place where video cameras are monitoring his every move. Sure, there are no teachers, there are no grades, there are only 4 rules in the whole school, but it's also where kids have split into groups in order to survive. And if you break any one of the 4 rules, it equals death. Welcome to Maxfield Academy. Class is in session. Go ahead and check out Variant by Wells in science fiction. Hurricane Song by Paul Volpone, if you're looking for a short read. This is in realistic fiction, and if you have ever been in the spot of not getting along with an adult in your life, this book is for you. Miles and his dad have not exactly been on the same page for quite some time, and things have really amped up lately. Miles is big into football, and his dad is big into music, and the two of them are not seeing eye to eye on anything. Hurricane Katrina has now come along, and the two of them are living in New Orleans when the storm reaches its peak. They are trapped inside the Superdome there in New Orleans. And when the two of them are not getting along and have to now spend hours upon hours that turn into days with each other trying to weather the storm, it's not only about how the storm is going down, but it's also about their relationship with each other. Paul Volpone writes a fantastic realistic story that's great in terms of relationship, and I love the way that he also pulls in the hurricane into the story as well. Take a look at this one in realistic under the V authors. The last book I'm sharing today is I Have a Bad Feeling About This. It's by Jeff Strand in the adventure section. Henry is one of those kids who is not exactly your camper, your hunter, your fisher. He'd rather play video games than spend time outside. But he says, it's not like it makes him weak. It's not like it makes him completely unable to survive out in the wilderness, or so he says. But his dad doesn't agree, and he ships Henry off to Strong Woods survival camp. He says, Henry, you need some of these skills. You've got to learn a little bit about how to kind of toughen up. But Strong Woods is not exactly what he expected. It had been advertised one way, and it seems to be like something else. It looks like it has already had a zombie apocalypse take it over, and it also has signs that look to be written in blood. To say that, poor Henry feels like he's got a bad feeling about it is an understatement, and that's just the beginning. As it says on the slide, if you're relying on this book for actual survival tips, you're dead already. Henry is just certain there is no way he's going to make it out because he's set up from the beginning with a really bad situation. I Have a Bad Feeling About This by Jeff Strand. Take a look at this one in the adventure section and find out, is he going to make it out alive? Is he going to have to drink his own sweat? Is he going to have to do all kinds of crazy things to make it out? Is it as bad as it seems? Take a look. Before we end the video here, I did want to just mention again something that hopefully you remember from your previous years here at Valley. The Destiny Discover book catalog is always available to you on the Library Media homepage. You can take a look by searching here for any books or authors, topics that you're interested in learning more about. You can log in the top right corner using your student ID number and school password to put books on hold, and you can stop down to the library if you need some help in doing so. Right now we've got books up here about Hispanic Heritage Month that you can scroll through and see some of our featured books celebrating that. If you scroll a little farther down, we've got all of our different genre categories here. So if I were to, again, just want to click on to see, what graphic novels we have in the library, I could click that graphic novels button. and it should pull up for us all the graphic novels that we have in our collection. Just a reminder too, with the green sticker on a book, that's letting us know it is in on the shelf right now, so you could walk down to the library and check it out. If it has the red sticker that says out, it is checked out at the moment, and so you would want to log in and put the book on hold if it's one that you'd like to check out sometime soon. Also worth mentioning are these collections down here in the catalog where you can, again, click on a button here, everything from novels in verse, if you like those that are written in kind of that poetry style. You know, we've got video game books, we've got a good horror collection if you like the scary stories, and all sorts of others that you might want to click on. If you're interested in new books that we have in the library collection, this is one we need to update because we've added all kinds of new ones, but here are some of the new and notable books from last year, and you could take a look at those. Thank you so much for your attention to the video. Stop down if you have any questions. We hope that you'll find something great to read. Happy reading.